gotta eat.
Because I want you to laugh and move.
That's the wrong one. Hey, remember us? We're back.
I do remember you guys.
After a long hiatus. You get what you get is back in the house. I'm Rickey Hampton with my great friends, Tim Turner and McDougal. Coming to you on a Tuesday evening. Hope everybody's having a great week. It's good to be back on the air with you guys. How's everybody doing?
I'm good. If our names aren't up there, maybe I would not might not remember. It's been a long time since you left me without a dope beat to step to, but yeah.
Rakim in the house representing.
Tim was like, who that?
No,
Thank you,
I was
Ricky,
like
for
going.
recognizing.
Tim, you weren't a big rap guy?
I am a big rap. I'm a big fan of Reynolds.
Oh, okay. That's it. That's so. You know those Morehouse men, they're all sophisticated and
No. See, there you go. If you look up Gangstar, you'll see one of the progenitors of rap was a Morehouse man. A man that had to beat down in a intramural basketball game for getting a little bit too saucy.
Really? Gangstar went to Morehouse.
Pardon me?
Gangstar went to Morehouse?
Yes, sir. Keith.
Wow.
We call him Keith. He know his name, Keith. But he's
Keith with an F or Keith?
He's one of my favorite artists. I never knew that.
Yes, sir. From Boston. Hothead from Boston. Bold men, we had to have exchange blows.
Wait a minute.
Who won? Who won?
Got in a fight with Gangstar.
I'm the one still alive.
Wow.
Oh, so there's
okay. That. I also heard you had a fight with somebody beat you up on the basketball court.
So that's a fib. Philip Bailey, if you're out there, sir, tell the truth, shame the devil. And that was crass about Keith, though. That was really crass. That's ugly. But he was a talented dude, but he was really a hot-headed in basketball. Very competitive. Very competitive.
Yeah. In fact, one of my favorite Guru songs is called Now You're Mine, and he's talking about his elite basketball skills. It's not one of his big hits, it's just something I happen to hear off of one of his albums. Very nice beat to it. He's talking about going back door. I thought, you know what? I think I heard him say Tim Turner, he went back door. I'm gonna have to you know how it takes you a while to get those lyrics straight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and
listen to it now.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
And he died. He actually died very young.
Like he actually did. He died of cancer back in the early 80s, right when his career was taking off. It was the 90s, because I remember he was with this like all-star group on Arsenio closing out one of his shows one night. So it must have been the early 90s.
Wow. See, you tune in until you get what you get. You never know what you might get, because that's probably more.
Also, Killer Mike is a Morehouse man too, if you wanted to go down that road.
Killer Mike. Wow.
Okay.
Now,
there we go.
Killer Mike, I'm a fan of him and his community and his activism, not necessarily his music. But Guru, what is it? Great Universal Rhymes Unlimited.
Yeah. Keith Elam is his name. If you were to look it up, that's who he is. His government name is Keith Elam.
His government name.
But y'all know him as Guru.
And you beat him up.
Well, we had a dust up on intramural ball. So.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on because we're gonna be joined by our great friend Earl Kitchen of Quarter Five Back in a few minutes and talk a little college football. Can you guys believe the season is here?
Well, I've been mourning this loss of nothing. The Olympics was all, I was all into that. And so now I feel like there was this lull, but yeah, I'm excited about it. And it's time.
What was your favorite part of the Olympics? Because we hadn't been on the air and had a chance to talk about much of any of what went
I
on in there.
love track and field and gymnastics. And I was really super excited about breaking. So I was all into the breaking, except I didn't see the woman who kind of took over. Yeah, that lady. I didn't see her competition.
That was
I could see
special.
why people were. Yeah, I saw it later. People were not happy. My friends were like, mm-mm.
Well, the people in Australia it's like started some petition, wanted to investigate how she became. Well, the breakers in Australia are saying she does not represent breakdancing in Australia. So
But the thing I loved about it was just to see how international breaking had become, and so to me that part was exciting. But what the ones I saw, I thought were good. But I'm no breaking aficionado, so it's just my personal opinion.
I'm reading the story about Rachel Ray Guns Olympic breakdance, and the fallout is her style,
lack thereof.
It really affected us. We've got B girls in tears about it.
Yeah, I guess what I saw later was like,
unfortunately, our system is down. We can't play any video tonight, or I would try to show you some of this stuff. But,
no, we're good. We're good. We don't need to.
Yours.
The bleach eyes.
My eyes. Yeah, no, we're good.
Tim, did you have a favorite part of the Olympics?
Yes, it was it's the dressage. It had to have been that. The synchronized swimming, the diving, rather synchronized diving. I like that a lot. Track and field was good. Men's basketball. The basketball I only saw the gold medal games, and I thought that gosh, the women were outstanding. I loved the way that they played, and it was so heartbreaking for France and how they lost. The young lady's foot was on the line. A three would have tied it up, and who knows what would have happened in OT. But I enjoyed watching that. I loved really a lot of the track events. The people who were favorites who didn't win. I watched this one was the high jump where they went to a jump off, and that's what they called it, a jump off. 11 times they did it before the guy won from New Zealand. Just to see that kind of competition over and over again, just the best in the world. And I watched the women's soccer final, which I thought was outstanding.
Hey,
how about you, Ricky?
Did you guys see any boxing?
None.
I did not see much. We must have had a terrible team this year. Our boxing team must be like our 3-on-3 team this year.
Right.
How does America lose in 3-on-3 basketball, man? We invented that.
Well, is breaking going to be missing out of Los Angeles? Because I'm thinking of all the places where breaking should be in. I understand they're dropping that.
Not
right. Adding some other sports because, I didn't get that. How would they drop that?
I was disappointed.
But tell me this, and I was recuperating during all this time, so I got to watch quite a bit of the Olympics, and I found myself cheering for stuff that I would never watch a day in my life.
Such as
the cycling.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, go, man, go. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
So I'm training for a marathon, and I have no idea that I would ever run as fast as they do. And so it's just that part's pretty amazing as well. Just to see how fast they can run at 26 miles is insane.
I tell you what stands out too, guys, especially in the track and field events. the camera work now, the technology,
Yeah.
where they could just run with them. You can really see the speed of those athletes.
So the chest is what counts. Is that what we're saying here? You know, that one thing with Lyles and the kid, the guy from, was it Jamaica?
Oh, the lean in, how they lean their upper torso. Yeah.
The lean is the torso one. And I'm thinking, you know, if you stretch your hand out or you know, something like that counts. But they're like, no, torso.
Nope,
It's the torso.
I did not know that. I'd never seen, but it wasn't only Lyles and the other guy. It was 3 other guys right there, man.
Right.
That was one of the closest races I had seen. But it was a lot of fun for me to watch, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when everybody comes to LA in 2028. I think they were there. The Olympics were there in '84.
Right. I was out there the week before the Olympics in '84 and was out in Paris a week before the Olympics there. Watched the Olympic torch go through Beverly Hills when I was in Los Angeles before. And that was quite a sight to see that go through there. It's going to be interesting to go this time around because they said that it's going to be all mass transit. There'll be no cars involved.
Wow.
I saw that. You know, except for celebrities, maybe.
Wow.
They'll probably do helicopters or whatever, but it's like, to get to any of the venues, you will be taking mass transit. So
wow.
I want to see how they work that one out.
Hey, and you know who was the star of Paris? Snoop Dogg. I mean, the way this guy has been able to brand himself is remarkable.
He's having a great time.
He has
has a personality. I mean, he is so personable. You just want to see more of him and doing whatever it is he does. And you would think before, it's like I thought Ice Cube was going to be that guy, but Cube seems like he's not as engaging as Snoop is, and that's
just laid back. He's just laid back. It's just the way they'll do it for you, I guess.
Well, I read a piece about Snoop in Time magazine, maybe it's probably 10 years ago now, when he was making this mainstream thing here, and the guy comes in and he writes, he sees this big cloud of smoke when he comes in because Snoop got his weed going, and the guy says, "Snoop, why does everybody just love you?" And the quote is, "I'm just a likable MFer." I'm not, that kind of okay.
It does sum it up.
Yes, that was fun. So
tonight they used a Dre song for California at the convention. Each state had their own beat, and they used that one of Dr. Dre's song with Snoop on there. Yes, that right there.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Zachary Richardson. We didn't mention her and her
side eye.
Well, that too. I loved it, but she said it wasn't really side eye. When I read about it, she kind of sees herself, and so she was,
Check in the mirror.
It was like, but what she did. Did you think about the Roadrunner or something? Was she did that?
How
she
did. I didn't, but now you said it.
She did.
She was like, serious.
That's how he does the coyote. Okay. Beep, beep. See you later.
That's a great side eye, though.
In Paris, they did a great job with all the venues, and except for the Seine River, I understand it was like making people sick, and I don't know why they thought swimming in there was a good idea.
And some of the athletes were hesitant about, jumping in there.
Right.
And then there were the different outfits that each country wore, and they talked junk about Ralph Lauren. I'm gonna just let you guys know right now we got a storm happening, and so if I lose you,
really?
Yes. You haven't heard the thunder? Did you hear thunder?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was my stomach, but okay.
It could be. If I lose you, just I'll try to get back in. But yeah, some of the outfits were very nice.
Hey, one last thing about the Olympics thing. What do you guys think about the whole controversy with Jordan Childs and her bronze medal being stripped because they were 4 seconds late, from what I read last, in filing an appeal?
Mm-hmm. I call. Sorry, what? That's terrible.
I like that trick.
I just think no. I'm sad for her. She was so excited, and then she was the one who said, "Let's bow down to the gold medal winner." And so, yes, it's heartbreaking for her. I know.
It is, but at the same time, why did we take so long to get to get in there? And that's my thing, is that we screwed up. If it's going to be, we should be on top of all the rules all the time, because nobody's going to give us anything. Because United States, they're running roughshod on this gold medal count and that kind of thing. So that's what upset me, was like, why did they wait around and allow technicality to take you out?
It'll just be speculation.
Okay, there's some reports out here saying Childs is not going to give it back.
I saw that, because the other person is getting her own medal. So
just like, you come get this.
That's right.
Right out of my hands. No.
Get somebody to make a fake one and say, "Okay, here you go." But she keeps it going. Now that was but then we didn't even talk about the GOAT. Simone over there, how she ran roughshod over gymnastics once again, even with a bad foot. She's the best in the world once again, and it was good to see our gymnastics team do what they did.
And that has become a sport where the Black athlete is just making its mark. When you look at what Simone has done and athletes of color, that was not one of our sports back in the day.
Yeah, well, when we put our mind to stuff, we do well. I remember I saw United States was playing France in rugby, the women's rugby.
Oh,
and I counted the sisters on there on France, and I'm like, we don't have a chance, because we have these big burly people on our squad. France had these lithe track athlete sisters on there, and like once they get in open field,
turn that corner, is over.
Yes.
Now, Treat, that was another one that I enjoyed watching. I would never watch rugby, but man, I think it was this. It was a young lady for USA that broke one off, like Barry Sanders, man. She just appeared out of nowhere.
She changed directions on you like Barry did. And I was like, wait a minute. We doing that?
She was gone. She was gone. So that was pretty cool.
See, I don't even think about the men's soccer team.
Say what, Tim?
I don't think about the men's soccer team, because we don't ever put our best athletes out there. Our best athletes are playing other sports. If you took like some dudes up there on any street in America who could switch sports, just like the guy that played beach volleyball, came out of the NBA. He didn't have too much of a career there, but he went on to play beach volleyball. I mean, he made that transition. It's like Herschel being part of the bobsled team that year. I mean, you get guys that can move around and do different.
Yeah.
And it's really, more so than anything, it's pure. But you see how in basketball, the world's catching up with us. I saw Tracy McGrady say he'd still take the 92 Olympic team over this group of guys that we had here. And, but back in that day, when the U.S. played then, there were like 3 international players in the NBA. Now they're like something like 50.
It was 68. It was
68. Yeah, 68 international players in the NBA now. So it's like, it's not going to be too long before we get taken out again, because we had a lot of close games.
Yeah, think about it. And you think about LeBron James is 112.
Yeah.
Curry's 50.
Yeah.
KD's 59.
Durant will be balling in the next 4 years. So, it's all of these people going to transition out.
They won't be there. I guess KD would probably play in 2028.
He wants to go for
35. KD's 35 if he wanted to play. I mean, that guy is such a talented shooter. He's 7 feet tall.
And Steph isn't good. Steph is just unconscious.
Yeah.
Steph gonna be Steph.
Exactly.
It's just, I mean, I still say those are bad shots, man.
They are. And they go in every time.
He's the greatest bad shot maker in the history of the game.
And you think about the guys on the bench, because I think Halliburton had the best meme tweet of the whole Olympics, where he showed a gold medal and he says, "This is like."
Yeah.
He said what?
To get he said, "This is like you on a group project and you get an A and you didn't do anything."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Like, dang, that's about right, bro.
But you know what? That's the thing. You got, and I'm stealing this from my buddy Paul Mokeski. He said you can't play 12 guys. You're only playing 40 minutes. Somebody's not going to play. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. That's why you don't pick the 12 best players. You pick guys who are going to make the 12 best team.
But the teammate White played more than Tatum did. And, it's not like you got Christian Laettner sitting the bench on the 92 squad. You got Larry Bird and Magic and Clyde and Michael Jordan and that kind of stuff. It's a different squad altogether.
For sure.
Tracy McGrady's rationale saying the inside game, David Robinson would have made it impossible for the guys on this year's team to get inside. He said they had too much beef inside on that 92 team. Whereas it could be true. These cats, all they did was shoot.
Yeah, that is a hell of a team. We're going to be joined any minute by our good friend Earl Kitchen of Fortified Bat and talk a little college football. We got the NFL preseason going on, and man, the Hawks, the Falcons are making moves. Tim, what are your thoughts?
They're your Super Bowl champions.
I think they're going to win the South. For sure.
I'll be driving down to New Orleans in February for that Super Bowl, sir. For that championship.
You're going to go watch the Lions play, man.
You guys can come along. No, is that dude who dropped all those passes last year against San Francisco still on your team?
No.
He's not. I'm about to say, if he's still on there, we got a chance. we got a good chance.
You say you're going to go down there and watch them lose? Is that what you're saying? Did I hear you say that?
No, you know what? If they lose, if they get blown out, I'm going to be a happy man. But, to have my boss throw 28-3 up in my face all the time is really uncomfortable. So I'd rather be crushed.
It's really uncomfortable.
Yes.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yes. It's still too soon about that. But, with Earl coming in here, FAM starts the season this Saturday here in Atlanta in the MEAC SWAC challenge. I wasn't thinking so much about them initially because I'm thinking Georgia Tech. I think tomorrow Tech flies to Dublin, Ireland, because Georgia Tech plays Florida State in Ireland on Saturday. And I think that's the big game there.
Is the country of Ireland paying for that game?
I don't know who's paying for it.
Who's paying them to go?
I know they've had games like I think Notre Dame played somebody over there before, so maybe it is.
Goes over there, yeah.
Georgia Tech have a campus in Ireland?
No, it's their Lucky Charms campus. I don't.
See, I don't. Tim has saved up all the training. He's got about a month's worth of stuff. So we're gonna have to just take it in all in.
I'm sorry, people. I'm good. Sigh. No, I don't think they have anything over there. Man, it's a tough room.
I was Tim. I was just asking. Tim, I was just asking. As they say around here in Savannah. I'm just asking.
Let's see. I was checking here. Earl has not checked in yet.
Okay, we don't really say that in Savannah. One person.
Let's introduce our guest here to bring some sanity to this program. Our great friend, Earl Kitchen, the founder of Quarterfive Back, historian, author, and he can't stop smiling since FAMU won that doggone title last year. Can they repeat? They're opening the season up this weekend. Earl, welcome to You Get What You Get with Tree McDougal, Tim Turner. It's so good to see you, my brother.
Ricky, first let me say God bless you for your medical issues, man, and you coming through all that. God bless you. I'm sure he had both hands on you and your family.
Absolutely,
and
man.
got you through that. So I'm just glad you made it through that. Madam Tree McDougal, always a pleasure to see you, my dear. You bring so much joy and enlightenment. Brother Tim,
Yes,
man, you just a worker, man. You just a hard worker. So good to see you too, Tim.
I'll do it again. Thank you, sir. I reserve my cracks about the what's going on in FAM now. Didn't you have your quarterback suspended this week?
My quarterback?
Yes. See?
Not that I'm aware of.
Understanding that he's being held out this game for some reason, they're going to have to play a backup. So I was reading
Richardson?
that somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I didn't know what the deal was.
I hadn't heard that, but we got a couple of more guys who can come off the bench.
Okay.
So,
okay.
We're not playing the best the MEAC got to offer either. So if all else fails, we'll just pound the ball, man. We got some guys who can run the ball too. So I don't think that's going to really be an issue. I think these guys are wanting to go back and repeat what they did last year. I think they have that spirit in them right now that they want to repeat. They want to go back. Some guys are just getting there and they want to feel championship. Some guys want to do it again. That's what we do at FAMU. That's just kind of our thing, man. We get hungry. So now that you let the big dogs eat, we're ready to go back.
Well, I'm just reading about Daniel Richardson, who transferred over from Florida Atlantic. And Coach Cozy just announced yesterday that he was going to be the starter.
Correct.
But I don't see anything about any suspensions.
I know the guy from Norfolk State's not going to be playing.
Okay.
So I think the guy, Otto, he's not going to be playing. He's got to sit out this game. But I just look at this game as going to be a very competitive game. We're going to work out some things. But, a lot of people from down in Orangeburg been chirping all off season. Now that they got Chinnisberry there, and he's bringing in his guys, and he's got the Bulldogs all fired up again. So we're waiting on them in Bragg in 2 weeks.
All right. I'm just glad the season started. We're getting ready to roll, and I think we got like 427,000 classics and homecomings combined here at HBCUs. We got to pick up your paperclip classic. Any kind of it's all over the place this year. So we're just trying to settle down with the classics.
Hey, Earl, I don't know if you have read much about the situation with some of these schools having their fields painted. Livingstone has theirs.
You mean the whole field?
Yeah. Their whole field, like Livingstone, is powder blue.
Like Clark is all red.
Red. Clark is red around not the whole field. I think it's just around the.
Oh, Clark?
Well, the field is red, but the end zones are black, and that's what I think.
Okay.
But can you imagine on a hot day playing on a red field?
Yeah, I don't get
this. I'm saying, like, if Clark were to play Kentucky State at home, Kentucky State has green uniforms. So you got whoever's colorblind out there is going to have some issues with the red and green. They didn't take that ADA compliance when they picked the red on that field.
Yeah, I was
surprised.
I was kind of surprised to see that.
Yeah.
Earl, what are you looking forward to? What are you going to be watching? We know you're going to be watching your Rattlers, but on the black college scene, what are you going to be looking for as you watch games this season? Anything in particular you're interested in?
I think everybody will have to reboot this year. I don't think anybody is really coming back with the same teams they had last year. I think everybody's kind of rebooting and getting ready for a season where they have to bring in new players, and the portal has caused so much exchanging of players, man. So it's kind of hard to say, but I think everybody's really excited about the season, and everybody's just saying it's anybody's ball game this year, because even though FAMU won, you still got to defend your championship. So the guys in the MEAC are saying they got something. The guys in the SWAC definitely are saying they got something for FAMU. Alabama State is over there chirping. Can't wait for us to come to Montgomery to play them. Of course, Jackson State, they never stop chirping. So I'm looking for an exciting season. I love it when everybody's talking football in a positive way. There's nothing wrong with trash talking as long as we do it in a positive way. When it gets negative, that's when you're like, I don't want to hear about all that. So I'm looking forward to a great season. You got some new coaches in place. You got Coach Cozy at FAMU, Coach Berry at South Carolina State. So I think he's going to turn up the heat in the MEAC this year at South Carolina State. So everybody better be on guard for the Bulldogs this year. Hey, did you hear about Delaware State missing their plane?
No.
So do you know they're going to Hawaii to play Hawaii? And they're supposed to catch the flight, and they missed the flight out of Kennedy. So I think they got to catch a flight tomorrow.
Beautiful, man. I mean, how does that? Was their flight late going into DC?
I think they, from what it looked like, I read it was like they were on a bus. They took buses up to New York. I don't understand why they just didn't fly directly out of Dover or go to Philadelphia and fly straight out of Philadelphia and go straight to Hawaii. Yeah, I don't know, but they missed the flight. So today they missed the flight. They say it's 10 and a half hours to get to Hawaii. I guess they're trying to beat that jet lag, so they missed the flight. I'm like, well, catch it tomorrow. I mean,
I guess so.
Well, I'm thinking we haven't been on a plane before, and for them to take a 10-hour flight on their first go-round. I flew with Jackson State's football team from Jackson to Nashville, Jackson to Philly, and it was all raucous and loud and noisy while you sitting there. As the plane started rolling off down the runway, it was dead silence from Jackson to Philly.
Absolutely.
Big old boys scared to death.
Scared to death, man. They got a death grip on the armrest.
Exactly.
They holding on like this. All right, son.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. Yes.
That's interesting. Be on there for 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's the college.
Hey, Tim, how's your team going to do this year?
Oh, we're going to be awesome. Got a new coach. Great. We're playing in 2 of those 400,000 classics back to back. We got Howard in New York. I'll be up there for that one with my family. Mm-hmm. And the week after that, they're playing in Chicago at Soldier Field. And I don't know why I don't know why they're playing Kentucky State there. Nobody's gonna go see Morehouse and Kentucky State in Soldier Field.
No,
they're gonna see the Bears in Kentucky State or Morehouse and Soldier Field.
And so now that I'm a new HBCU grad, I guess I have to pay attention to my school.
What school is that, Tree?
Savannah State, yes.
Savannah State.
Oh, Savannah State. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
new graduate.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
At Savannah State, and they're back too, because they had taken a couple of years off. But I hate when that's such a bad look. Tennessee State plays at the Titan Stadium, and they have 20,000. It looks like 13 people in the building.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Ricky, the only way they'll fill up the Titan Stadium for Tennessee State playing a game there is when FAMU comes to town.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
They could do it with FAM, and there was a pecking order once upon a time. TSU was out of it to me now because they want to play in OBC. But you had FAM, TSU, Jackson State, and Grambling were like the big four. Would you agree with that, Earl, as a historian?
Oh yeah. I
mean, Southern was right there too, but
those were the four. I mean, because you had the iconic coaches. You had Eddie at Grambling, Jake at FAMU, Big John at Tennessee State, and you could throw a Southern in there. You could throw somebody else in there, but those schools definitely were the iconic schools. And recently, I was just saying, if Tennessee State joined the MEAC, they would strengthen the MEAC so much, because right now, Tennessee State will never be a Black National College champion, nor will A&T, nor will Hampton. So they don't ever have to worry about going to the Celebration Bowl to get that $1 million check. They won't ever see it.
And TSU just started a hockey program at Tennessee State.
Yeah.
And y'all help me here because I don't get it. Because, okay, we're the first HBCU to have a hockey team. Okay. Now what? You're going to have, for one, hockey might be more expensive than football where you don't have as many players, but per player to fit a hockey team may cost more than a football team.
Right.
You're playing.
Another rationale behind that decision?
I think they want to say that the first HBCU that
That's it.
Yeah, because they're going to have the worst program, whomever they play. Yeah, Black kids play hockey, but not a lot of them. And the really good ones are going to be at Michigan and Michigan State and Boston University, those big-time hockey programs.
Now, Ricky, you make a point about that, but I'm going to give you a different view.
Okay.
So hockey is probably going to be like baseball for some of these HBCUs. So you're not going to you don't see the Black kids playing there, but all of a sudden you see an influx of Caucasian kids coming to Tennessee State to play hockey. Kids want to just play, man. They just want to play. They don't care where they get an opportunity to play. They just want to play. Baseball for Black colleges. I know for a long time, Bethune-Cookman had a pipeline to Puerto Rico, and there was a reason, because the coach was from Puerto Rico. So, yeah, they're the first one, but, it may be different.
I get that because, I'm a golfer, and I see all these white kids on HBC program, which I have no problem with that. But you're not getting the best white golfers at HBCUs. You're not getting the best white athletes at HBCUs. In my opinion, I think a lot of them come there because, damn, I can't go anywhere else. Well, let me go to TSU. Let me go to Virginia Union. I think that's definitely going to happen with hockey. So wherever TSU play, I will bet you all lunch right now, they're going to have the worst damn team in whatever league they play.
Okay, well, I'll say that about my school too, because we have a equestrian team, okay, and a men's volleyball, and I understand we have a lacrosse team, and we have yet to win over one game a season the past 2 years in football. I'm like,
I was gonna say,
leave them horses, leave the volleyball, leave those sticks alone, and get better at football and basketball.
Can we do that?
Hey, Tim, how many horses do you have to have on an equestrian team?
And where are they being stabled? Where are they being kept? What stable?
I have no idea where they're being kept. But when I saw that, I said, equestrian?
I mean, come on.
So maybe they should have had, barrel riding teams as opposed to equestrian. At least that's cowboys and cowgirls. That might have been a little bit better. But equestrian,
veterinarian, you got to feed them, you got to board them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All of that. You can't take them up to West End and give them Popeyes. The horses have to be fed something else.
Trey, he's just say we've been on since I've been recuperating. He's saving all these one-liners up for
I
about
know.
a
He's
month.
got a million of them.
Hey, but Earl, but seriously, when you hear stories like what Tim talked about, these non-traditional sports being started at HBCU, your experience working in the athletic department, what do you think the mindset is?
A part of it may be to open up the programs to be a little bit more diverse. That could be one of the things. The other thing could be that, you're experimenting. You're just wanting to see. I mean, you're trying something different. You're trying something new. I mean, now equestrian, I agree with Tree. That's an expense that is probably very, very costly because you got animals, you got to feed them, you got a doctor for them, you got to house them, you got to take care of them. It's not like your regular athletes, but some of the other sports, like when Hampton decided to do sailing up there, they decided to do that. When I was at Hampton in 72, man, I was on the rifle team.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And well, actually, I could see that at Hampton. They're slipping right on the water. I mean,
right. But sailing.
Yeah.
Savannah State needs a sailing team. We got boats. We just don't have sailing.
I don't know. Yeah. But we'll see. I always want these teams and schools to do well, but I just question the
but here's the other thing, Ricky. Here's the other thing. It may not be so much for the student athletes in America, but to bring in student athletes who are from other countries, because you bring them in, it's like they're not, I don't really think they look at themselves like we look at black and white here. They just looking for an opportunity, man. They just want an opportunity.
I get that.
So, to Mr. Kitchen's point, he just said they just want to play.
They just want to
play. I totally get that.
Well, the AJC ran a piece on people before the Olympics started, and they're like, like a dozen teams represented in track and field in all the events in Georgia from different countries. So people want an opportunity to do something. I know that where my hometown, Columbus, Georgia, Columbus State University, they're golf coaches from South Africa. Hey, half a dozen kids are from South Africa. They're over here playing golf.
Yeah. I mean, look what Simone Biles has done to gymnastics. So now Fisk has a gymnastics team, and they're doing very well. So who would have, I know we started with Dominique Dawes, and, we don't, but no one saw a Simone Biles coming. Nobody saw that. That was not on the radar. But look what she's done for the sport. Look what she's done for little black girls now who want to be gymnasts. So, hey.
For sure.
And old black girls who it's too late for.
I get that.
I was like, that would have been nice to have seen. Am I coordinated? Perhaps no. But still, I didn't see it. So I think if you see that representation, then it inspires the next and future generations.
And when we see black youth competing in sports we're not traditionally in, man, they got everybody pulling for them because we know how difficult that is. So, I mean, look how, Tiger was the best for 10 years and wasn't nobody else out there on the course but Tiger who looked like Tiger. I mean, and that's a lonely feeling, man. They don't talk about it, but that's a lonely feeling.
We also talked about in past shows about in baseball, how you don't see as many African-American children and how expensive it is. And so some of these other sports is probably why you don't see African-Americans because of the expense of having a horse, if you want to be an equestrian. Again, you don't see it, but then there's that cost for the family to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And TSU does not have baseball. And they had outstanding baseball.
They don't have baseball?
No, under Sam Whitman for years. They had really outstanding. They sent 2 or 3 guys to the major leagues and high minor leagues over the years. But but now they got hockey. But hey, we'll see. Hey, Earl. You are a historian, author of The Forgotten QBs, the little-known history, information, stats about black quarterbacks in American college football. It has to really please you to see where the black quarterback has come, not only in college football, but on professional level. I remember last year, at the start of the year, there were 13 black quarterbacks starting in the NFL. And I think we had you on the show, and you said there are more on the way, and it's going to continue to grow. And we know Caleb Williams is going to be starting for the Bears. Uh, Atlanta at some point is going to have the kid they just drafted,
Penix. Michael Penix.
Michael Penix.
Yep.
Here in Detroit, Hendon Hooker played the other night. Of course,
Okay.
He fumbled the game away.
He was 12 or 13.
Yeah.
He tried to fumble it away, but he was 12 or 13, and they got the ball back after that fumble, and he led them back to a field goal. The black quarterback is just come a long way from what you first started writing about.
They have, and they will continue to become pioneers in different ways. I don't know if pioneer would be the best word to use, but they will continue to evolve into being those iconic position holders that these teams will have to have, simply because the game is faster, and you can't just have a guy drop back in the pocket. Because I don't know if you guys saw the highlight. I saw this on the internet. The New York Giants were playing somebody. The running back broke away on the sideline play, and he got run down by a 300-pound defensive lineman.
Yes.
I don't mean 10 yards. I mean that guy went 30 yards and ran this guy down.
Really?
A 300-pound defensive lineman ran a running back down from behind, and it was about 30 yards. So
see, people don't count on that in sports. You think this guy's gonna be a big tub of goo. I got him. No. And the dude got caught from behind by a guy that is 3 times his size. So
Wow.
but some of the things the black quarterbacks are doing is crazy stuff too. Like Mahomes is behind the back pass.
Oh my
to
God!
Kelsey the other day, and a couple of years, maybe 5-10 years ago, a coach would have pulled him.
Yep.
Said, "You come sit by me. You can't do stuff like that."
Yeah,
but he can do anything he wants to out there.
Right now, he can. So. And I tell you, I'm really excited, Ricky, about the fact that 2 black quarterbacks are going to be playing under a black coach over there in Pittsburgh. I'm really excited about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields playing for Mike Tomlin. I'm super excited about that opportunity. And with that organization, because, of course, that organization has only seen 3 head coaches in 50 some odd years.
Wow.
Right. They get it right. I mean, Tomlin is
they understand how to do it.
Tomlin's never had a losing season, and he's going to have 2 guys in there that could do something. But Russ has been banged up, and it looks like Fields should be the starter. But I think they're going to go with Russ. But Justin Fields has played really well in the preseason, and that whole situation is kind of laughable to me because the offensive coordinator is a former Falcons head coach.
Okay.
When Justin came out of college at Ohio State, the Falcons had a chance to draft him. And that offensive coordinator wanted no part of him.
Okay.
But now that is his coach, and so it's come full circle there. And now he sees what he could have had in Atlanta.
What he could have had,
head coach. But Fields is outstanding.
So I'll say this too, Ricky. There are a lot of former black quarterbacks who have quarterback camps who are teaching these skill sets for not just black kids, but kids in general. And I speak of a Ray Isaac who played at Youngstown State. Man, this guy has a phenomenal camp. He's got his camp is called the Sniper Academy. And if you ever catch him on Instagram with some of his clips, we're talking about precision personified with the way he teaches how to throw a football and the techniques for doing that. But other guys are doing the same thing with these camps. So the evolving of black quarterbacks with the skills to throw the ball, with the techniques, the footwork, and everything, it's going to continue. And the name that you're going to probably hear this particular fall from the college ranks, he won our award in 2023, but the name DJ Lagway.
DJ Langway. Okay.
DJ Lagway. At Florida, he won every national high school award you could win. Gatorade National Player of the Year, Max Prep National Player of the Year, Mr. Texas, and he won another award recently along with our award. So 6'3", about 230.
The VIP Award. And we're running out of time. So tell us about the VIP Award, what you guys got going on this year. I was fortunate enough to be able to vote last year.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. And
Well,
quarter five back.
Well, quarter five back is the home of the Bilt Memorial Trophy. The Bilt Memorial Trophy is named after former fallen quarterback Oliver Joyce at FAMU. That award is unique simply because it is the only award presented to the quarterback from an HBCU. There is no other award to present. The Manning Award, the Unitas Award, that goes to guys at the major schools. So our award goes only to the HBCU and the top black quarterback from the high school level. Last year we had 400 high school quarterbacks, black quarterbacks from high school on our watch list. We're starting our watch list now, and football is just starting for a lot of these high schools. So it's going to be interesting to see. But one guy you better keep your eye on as he gets ready to finish up his career, even though he's a junior. His name is Julian Lewis, Carrollton High School, Carrollton, Georgia. He's going to USC next year. Be mindful of him.
Oh, the Big Ten USC. Okay, we'll get to see him in Ann Arbor. You know.
Yes, indeed. You will see him. You will see him. You will see Aiden Childs too. Be mindful of him at Michigan State. Aiden Childs.
He has been getting rave reviews.
Absolutely.
The quarterback at Michigan State. Hey guys, we only got a couple of minutes. We hadn't talked this time last year. All we were talking about. What was Deion Sanders going to do at Colorado? So I'm bringing it up.
No, I was thinking about that. I hadn't heard anything about it.
Colorado. His son is going to be a high draft pick. I think he can only play for 3 teams, his dad said. But his son, Shador, is a highly rated quarterback. And I tell you what, say what you want. He's tough as nails because he took a beating last year. And that brother got up after every play, went back to the huddle, and got right after it. Any thoughts on the Buffs? Are they still in the Big 12?
No, they're in the Mountain West now.
They moved to the Mountain West?
I think it's Mountain West. I think they are.
They left the Big 12?
Well, the Big 12 left them.
So, really?
No,
okay,
Colorado. Colorado was in the Pac-12, right?
They were in the Pac-12. They went to the
Big 12. Okay, I got you.
Big 12,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think the jury's still going to be out on Colorado simply because last year, there was a lot of fanfare about Deion being there. There was a lot of hype. So now that everybody's seen what's up, he brought in some coaches. We're going to find out whether or not they can play ball this year because they were a little light last year. If he doesn't get some offensive linemen to block for his son might not make it through this season.
Yeah. Colorado is back in the Big 12 this year. And they open up next Thursday against North Dakota State. So that ought to be a W. And then they play Nebraska. And they have Colorado State, Baylor, Kansas State, Arizona, Oklahoma State. Then the Big 12. So
we'll see.
They're going to have to play football.
Latest news out of Colorado's program is I think one of his assistants he brought with him from Jackson State just resigned, and they look like he might be going out to be a coach at Hawaii. And the stories I hit then a couple of weeks ago, he had a beef with CBS over something. I forget what it was about, but he boycotted even the local CBS affiliates. He wanted nothing to do with saying that whatever they did was foul. And so
Deion?
Deion said that about the CBS people. So they've apparently they've mended that fence, but nonetheless, he comes off looking really crazy by doing stuff like that, having these petty grudges, because you're never going to win with the media. They're upset. He's upset because I think that in the league he was picked to be 12th or 13th of the coaches, or their team was picked really low, and he doesn't appreciate that. And I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to have those kind of
wrong. Just prove them wrong.
Yeah, go out there and win.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, don't whine about it. Go out there and do something about it.
Yeah, because he was right. Was it the first three weeks of last season? The world was like, "Hey, they beat Nebraska, they beat TCU," and it's like, and that was the season. September was great.
Yeah, and then that thing got shut down, and then it's like, well, they were all right. Okay, well, Dion, you got to play football, baby. You got to play football. You can't whine about, the media. You got to go play football. And people want to hit you in the mouth, man. I mean, just let's be honest. They want to hit Colorado in the mouth. Play football, so okay.
The guy from the Oregon coach, when they went in there, it was a little grudge thing for him. Like, we want to whoop these guys.
Yeah.
You know what? And they did. They did. Hey, but we got to get out of here, Earl.
Yeah, man.
How can people follow you in your part? Tell us about your podcast where you interview all these great quarterbacks from the past.
Every Monday night, 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel, The Post Route Show. Please tune in. Every week we're talking to another black quarterback. Last week we talked to Ricky Dobbs, former quarterback at Navy. 2 weeks ago we had Brandon Turman from EWU on last Monday. So every week we're trying to find another quarterback. If you got some contacts, hey, send them to us. I do thank you again for giving us Joe 747 Adams, man. I'm always grateful for that. But anybody, high school, college, we won't want to talk to them.
Okay.
All right. I will do that. In fact, I'm going to send you Brian Ransom.
Yes, sir.
All-American quarterback at Tennessee State.
Yes,
Brian
sir.
Ransom and Warren Moon was the starter. Brian Ransom was his backup.
Yep.
In Houston.
Okay.
And Oliver Luck was 13.
It happens.
In Houston in 1984, 83, 84, something like that. But it is great to be back. We couldn't have a better guest to have on our return to the air than Earl Kitchen. So Earl, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, guys.
For my great friends, Tim Turner and Tree McDougal, I'm Rick Hampton.
All right. Be kind, everybody.
Peace.